What are we discussing today?
We're going to talk about some wealth management today. But before we start, can I ask you a question?
Great. You were going to use a pickup line on me last time, but I think I stole your thunder.
I know, so I'm gonna make it up this time.
Shoot.
Is your name Earl Grey?
No? Are you out of your mind? I'm your wife. You should know my name.
I'm sorry. I just really think you're a hot tea.
That was good. I like that one.
There is also something that is pretty hot recently, but not as hot as you.
What is hot recently?
Real estate.
Oh yeah, real estate has been cooking.
So, just like the previous real estate clips, I get to have the noodle.
Darn it.
Howdy folks, welcome to our channel. I am Pushy.
I'm Mushy.
And we're the Pushy Mushy, yeah!
Serious.
So, B. serious is actually a gram-positive bacillus that has the potential to cause food poisoning.
Seriously.
We will do our best to combine facts with humor, but if we do make mistakes, please let us know and we will do our best to correct. Please like or dislike, hopefully not dislike, subscribe, comment, share, and press that bell icon.
Great.
Before we start talking about some real estate concept that we think might benefit everyone, let's define some basic terms.
First term. What is investment?
Per Merriam-Webster, it is an outlay of money, usually for income or profit.
What does outlay mean?
It is an amount spent on something.
Great. Next term. What is real estate?
I am the realtor here. What is real estate?
You're right. I am the realtor and Pushy is a real jerk. Ow.
Actually true, but let's keep that to ourselves. So, what is real estate?
Per Merriam-Webster, it is property in buildings and land.
What do most folks consider real estate as when they think about real estate?
How do I know what people think in their mind?
You're right. Let me rephrase the question. What do you think most folks think of real estate as?
I think most people think of real estate as their home or primary residence. And I think quite a few people see it as an investment.
Can it be both?
Absolutely.
Most people are extremely busy and therefore, in life, we generally would like to kill two or more birds with one stone.
For example, many of us have either been told or we tell people to choose their career based on their passion.
I think it is a true blessing when one can have a job or career in which he or she truly enjoys and looks forward to every day.
Of course, we realize it is hard to love or like everything about our jobs, but we think you get the big picture here.
Similar to picking a job or choosing a career, what Mushy is talking about here is that folks can certainly buy a real estate property to live in, but should be able to also treat it as an investment. So for the first part, or the home/primary residence portion, what should folks consider when they purchase their home?
First and foremost, and probably the only thing that matters, is that you have to love or like your house. This is a somewhat subjective process, but different people or families have different preferences when looking for their home. Examples including kitchen size, amenities, flooring, bathrooms, bedrooms, swimming pool, home theater, workout areas, neighborhood, views, upgrades, number of bedrooms, garage size, total square footage, backyard, front yard, stories, and likely many other considerations.
How about the second part, the investment portion? What should folks consider when they purchase a real estate for investment?
In both cases, your cash reserve flow is obviously important, and Pushy is actually the main one in our household who's responsible in calculating and diversifying our investments.
Even though Mushy is the one who literally owns every penny in this house.
Me. That's right. But I trust Pushy for the investment part. He has his own evidence-based and reasonable methods when it comes to investments, with different risk stratification that is beyond my comprehension at times and point of this video. But say if we have cash reserve and flow all squared away, then the purpose of investment, likely the most important factor to consider in real estate investment is the amount of income and or profit that can potentially be generated for the duration you're willing to invest it for.
How about when you combine the two, home plus investment?
Then it should be a combination and balance of considerations we just mentioned.
Is real estate a good way of investing?
Well, I am biased because how I was raised and my profession. As mentioned in our previous clips, my parents always stressed the importance of having my own roof over my head since I was a kid. Plus, I am a realtor, so my answer is yes, as expected.
What about statistically?
Well, for the national median existing home price for all housing types increased by about 16% from a year ago. As for Williamson County, which is where we live, the median existing home price increased by 9.1% over the past year. And for Brentwood, the city we live in, the median existing home price increased by about 11.1% over the past year.
Historically, if we look at the data from various sources, including the National Association of Realtors, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, we can see that the median existing home price in the U.S., adjusting for inflation, has indeed increased by about 70% from the beginning of 1953 to the end of 2020. Therefore, I personally think real estate is a good option when you consider all of the available investment opportunities out there, especially if you also need a place to stay.
So why did you use median price and inflation adjusted price?
Because I think those are more objective and realistic. First, I chose median over average because home prices have a wide spectrum. And since there are enough crazy expensive properties being sold, I think median is a better representation.
That's right. The average existing home price increased by about 28.6% over the past year for Williamson County and by about 41.4% over the past year for Brentwood.
Second, if we don't adjust for inflation, the existing home price in the US from 1953 to 2020 would have increased by more than 1,500%. This sounds like a very good number. It would make the case for real estate investment way stronger. But keep in mind, I have no vested interest in whether folks invest in real estate or not. I don't get a bonus for where you put your money at. Similarly, I cannot assume people's risks. So, in my opinion, just like all clips we have done thus far, we do our best to provide folks with an informed picture, so we all try to make our lives better based on our priorities. We're not expert in everything, but we will share data and our opinions to the best we can and as unbiased as possible.
That's right. We wish everyone happy and healthy. However, just because what we share works for us and many people, that doesn't mean it's gonna work for everyone.
Also, success takes patience. Now, I'm not saying we are successful, but success does take patience. Patience in learning, adapting, and evolving. Anyway, back to real estate. We have mentioned the current market is extremely hot, though not as hot as Mushy. Do you consider the current real estate market to be a seller's market or a buyer's market?
Definitely a seller's market, at least here in Williamson County. In Williamson County, demand has certainly been greater than supply over the recent period. In fact, the time it would take for the current available homes to be sold has decreased by about 2.2 months nationally over the past year, 3.1 months for Williamson County alone for the past year, and 1.7 months for Brentwood for the past year as well. On the other hand, a buyer's market means that there's an excess of houses for potential buyers to choose from, or supply is greater than demand.
So, in a seller's market, say someone is interested in buying a real estate property. How likely is that going to happen?
It depends on a lot of things, but all things being equal, it is definitely harder than buying a house in a buyer's market. I would say the number one thing is patience and expectations that not all offers will work out, just like not everything in life works out.
Do buyers tend to be more frustrated these days because of how the market is?
For sure. And I have actually been asked by many over the past few months on how to increase one's chance to get a house that he or she likes. My honest recommendation is to work with your real estate agent so you come up with an aggressive offer, some which might include over list price, little contingency or none, high earnest money, and pay cash, or various recommendations for sellers.
I want to ask you a really important question.
Okay?
Why are we talking about real estate and wealth management together?
Because research has suggested that about 90% of the world's millionaires have been made through involving real estate investments. And real estate offers one of the best ways to develop significant wealth, especially generational wealth.
It is impossible to go over what each of the categories Mushy just mentioned in details. I'm referring to the aggressive offer part. And to a certain degree, we average Joes do not really need to know all the details because our realtors should be the ones advising us and drafting our contracts in a way that is competitive and also suits our personal needs or preferences. We hope this episode makes people realize how important real estate is in terms of playing a part in wealth management, as Mushy is the true expert in real estate, not me, and she is the true expert in owning my behind.
Good job.
I'm sure Mushy will share more words of wisdom in real estate in future episodes. What do you want to learn about real estate? Comment below! We're the Pushy Mushy. Thanks for watching.